Hey guys, this is going to be a video on how to teach your dog place, and I'll probably make another video for down. It's going to be the same concept, but yeah, I think this is probably one of the commands I see most clients mess up on the most, and they kind of try to push the limits with the dog too fast. You got to give the dog time. Anyways, without talking too much about that, we're just going to use what I like to use is two different place pads. You can do whatever. You can use a dog bed. That's what most civilians have, right? Like most pet people have. I just have this because this is inexpensive. It's $40, I think, on Amazon. Good place, Bella. This is Bella. It's Chocolate Lab. She's under a year for sure. I think she's about 9-10 months. I forgot her exact age, but she's a beautiful dog. She's super smart. So she already knows that she's got a positive association with the cot here, which is her place bed. Again, this can be transferred to a dog bed or whatever else you have, right? I prefer this because it's off the ground and you can put it in the outside kennel and you can kind of put it in the back of the truck. I don't care if it gets wet. It dries itself off. It's like mesh, right? You can see through it. Good girl. So I'm just using these gloves because it's super cold, not because I don't want her touching my skin. Okay, so that's one place pad. The other place pad is this little, we had to, I use this for place now, but it's mostly for place. And when my dog plays tug here, I can kind of use it as a platform, and also you can use it for whatever, right? Dog training is all about coming up with solutions and different here comes Bella because she knows what's up. She knows, there you go, see, good girl. And every time she gets on here, for starters, yeah, it's a good place. I mark it, my marker is yes, and I move on. Okay, again guys, I haven't even had my coffee yet, so just like majority of my videos, so if I ramble on or if I mispronounce my word, I apologize. Okay, anyways, I like to use a kibble in the morning. I hand feed all dogs when I'm boarding them. All I'm going to do is, first you got to use a leash. If you don't know what you're doing, use a leash, lure the dog onto the cot. Once they get on it, I'll do it without the leash just so you guys get the idea, and I'll mark it with a yes, right? If your dog doesn't know what yes means, you have to charge the marker. And there's a video on how to charge the marker if you go to my channel, if you just scroll through it. So her marker is already charged, meaning sorry, I just had a message. Meaning when I say the word, she expects something from me, right? So if I say N-O, she knows she messed up. If I say Y-E-S, she knows that is good. Follows with food. Okay, so here we go. Place. Good girl, yes. And I'll mark it. Now, she does know what stay means, but I'm not going to say that word, okay? I will if she's struggling, but I know she's okay. All right? Now, I don't care if the dog sits on her, lays down here, rolls around. I don't care. Good girl. Every so often, I'm going to come back here. Obviously, for starters, you should do this like every 3 seconds or something, 2 seconds, depending on the dog. There's no exact formula. Just go with, you know your dog, right? So just go with that. Sit. Good girl. You can work your other obedience here too. Like I said, I don't care what the dog does here. Maximum of, I would say, 15 to 20 minutes on this thing. The whole point of place, guys, is so you can put this inside your house. You can sit on the couch. You can place your dog, and the dog kind of chills out there. Work it up to 15 minutes. It's not gonna, it's not gonna work the first 15 minutes. First time you teach it, I'm not gonna take her inside and say, "All right, now place for 15." She can probably do place. So just like that, and that's how you stop a dog from breaking. I used my body. I used my leg. I don't know if you guys saw it. I kind of moved towards her. I'm right with the Good girl. Good place. And now I don't like to feed it I don't like to feed the dog. I like to drop it on the cot. Keeps him busy. That's when I move around. Okay. The biggest mistake people make is, you shouldn't do this without a leash because there has to be some kind of a punishment. But I know Bella. Like, I wouldn't do this with every dog. I know Bella, and she's a sweetheart. So I don't need to use a leash or corrective. For her, me just saying the outward to stopping and just raising my voice is a lot of a correction, right? She's a pretty chill dog. Now, if this was like a Dominant Roddy, I would probably use a prong collar or something corrective, right, with a leash. And all you do is, if the dog gets off, you grab the leash, pop, pop, pop. As you're popping, you're going towards the cot, right? And the dog goes on the cot. As soon as the dog goes on the cot, the popping of the collar stops. Because there has to be repercussion. Good girl, right? There has to be repercussions for breaking the place. And if you do it too soft, which is another main problem that people get, good girl. Now she's settling in. What happens is, if let's say your dog, let's say this was a big Doberman or something, right? And she's like, a Doberman? What? I'm not a Doberman. Oh, I know you're not a Doberman. I know you're not a Doberman. You're a good girl. That's what you are. And sometimes I'll feed it to them, right? It's all how you feel, guys. Use your judgment. You know, if you're watching these videos, chances are you're trying to fix your dog. Use some common sense. It's all good. It's all good if you make mistakes. That's how you get better. All right. So, if this was a Dominant dog, so this is where we watch the dog. Excuse me 1 second, because perfect, good girl. I like to move around, so I'm holding my camera on one side and looking away right now, just so the dog sees that it's normal for me to move around and not stare at her, right? A lot of people stare at her and they're backing way backwards, and the dog goes, okay, well, this guy's or this girl's just gonna stare at me. And then they do this for about 2 weeks and they're like, the place is great, my place command is great. And then as soon as it turned around, the dog breaks because they don't know what to do. Okay, if this was a Doberman or something, or a Corso or German Shepherd, whatever, again, prong collar, leash, start with that. Your goal will be to just kind of stay within the 6 feet, which is the length of the leash. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so beautiful. And length of the leash. And if you can move around the cot holding the leash like so, without the dog getting off, then you do it counterclockwise. Really get them used to changing and moving around the cot. Obviously do it slower than I'm doing it, but I know she's capable of doing this. I'm making it hard on her now, right? I'm moving around. She has to move around with it, because dogs don't like it when you go behind them. Sorry, I have to look back. I bonked my head on the deck yesterday. I don't want to do that again. So once your dog, this video is going on for about 8 minutes now. I try to keep these short, guys, but I want to also cover all the stuff that is, you know, that you guys will run into, such as if the dog gets up the cot, what do I do? Use your body, loud. If the dog goes back on the cot, great, good job. Don't reward that every single time. Reward it, wait 10 seconds, then reward it, because the dog will say, everything with dogs is routine, right? And it's all A plus B equals C. So if he gets off or she gets off, I say and I give it a treat. The dog's gonna say, that was easy, I'll just keep doing that. Keeps giving me treats every time I break it, or every time I get off. So anyways, she's been on here. I'm gonna release. Now her release word is BREAK, right? So I have a handful of kibble that I'm gonna reward her for doing that. Bella, great, good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. Big food and go play. Good girl. Now she loves it so much she wants to sit up there. Now let's see if we can get her on the other place. So now, once your dog gets decent, you point at it. Place. Yes, good girl. I don't care if she takes a toy. Good girl. This time I'll be nice to her. I don't want to, you know, this is wood and it's a little cold. I'm not going to let her sit her for 8 hours or 8 minutes. All right, break. That's it, guys. Just use the kibble, or you can use hot dogs. Don't matter. You can use fancy treats. Whatever works. Whatever gets the results, right? Good girl. I'm going to reward her with this. Actually, you know what? Here's a better idea. I'm going to make this her new best one. Look at that. Boom. Yes. Even though I didn't tell her to place, I'm giving her her food. Take care, guys. Alpha Dog Training from Mission, BC. Give us a call. Majority of the dogs we deal with are like problem dogs, to be honest with you, because nobody else wants to train them, so we do. I don't mind it. A lot of people are scared or they don't know what to do, whatever. We welcome it, right? But this is, I figure I'll make a video on a, you know, we also get these sweet dogs that just like turnkey, well, not turnkey, but they're super smart and easy to train. And she's one of them. So I figured she'll be a good candidate for this video. I did do it with a German Shepherd, and he did it, but he was struggling with it. But Bella kind of picks it up super fast. Oh, that's a glove. That's a glove. That's a glove. Yeah. All right, guys. All right, Bella. Say bye. Bye-bye.